This is going to be an informational video on roof moss. Stay tuned for more information. Let's talk about roof moss and why it's bad for your roof. As moss develops on your roof, it thickens and it grows. It can be on asphalt shingles, wood shingles, it can be on any kind of slate shingling. And what happens is when it gets wet, especially in the winter, it can freeze and the shingles actually rise up a little bit. And that forces them up in the air. So if you get high winds that come through or something like that, what ends up happening is the shingles will fly off your house. They cause problems with heavy winds, and they will catch the wind no problem, and basically they'll be torn off the roof. Now, a moss buildup on the roof causes more debris to get trapped on the roof as well. The debris promotes water buildup, which puts the roof at risk for more rotting and leaking. And moss can actually damage the asphalt shingle components, letting it break down even faster. If you notice that you have moss or algae on your roof, it doesn't mean that you need a new roof. It also doesn't necessarily mean that you have water or moisture damage. Moss tends to form in areas where it's shielded from the sun, and if sections of your roof are under heavy tree cover, these are prime spots for moss to thrive. If you live in a damp climate that sees a lot of rain, chances are that you'll notice the signs of algae or moss forming on your roof at some point in your home's lifespan. The presence of moss doesn't always mean that your roof has sustained damage, especially if you catch it early, like leaves in your gutter. Moss is only a problem if you allow it to grow unchecked. More than just a cosmetic issue, moss, lichen, and algae should be removed from your roof. Why? It improves your curb appeal, and if you're selling your home, it'll sell quickly. That's the first thing that people notice on a home, because it is a large investment to replace a roof. Also, it increases your roof life. It'll save you thousands of dollars down the road if you remove all of the moss, the lichen, and the algae. You also live a healthy environment because you have mold spores. So if you have somebody with allergies in your home or developing allergies, this will make a big difference in having this removed as well. And here's a little tidbit of information. A lot of homeowners insurance companies are going and canceling policies due to infestation of algae, moss, and lichen. There will be a link provided in the description down below so you can see the article for yourself. Now, if you live in an area where you have lots of trees around your home, you should check your roof at least once a year, if not every other year, for damages like this ridge vent that you can see here. And you want to make the necessary repairs to get everything back in order and functioning like it's supposed to be. Now, you can do this yourself or you can hire a professional, but it is critical to check your roof. Now, if you have a steel ridge vent like you can see here, you want to make sure that you check for all the mold, algae, and whatever else might be growing in there, such as moss. You want to make sure these holes are clear so you allow water to go through them. It's very important for this to not be blocked by leaves or sticks or any other debris. Here you can see that I'm clearing all the debris out of there to allow all of this to freely flow should water get in there. Now there's a lot of holes in these ridge vents, so you have to make sure you get them all cleared out really good. And the fall is especially the best time to be cleaning these out because they will get leaves in them and they will get clogged up with branches and blowing debris. Now, one thing you don't want to use if you're doing it yourself is a pressure washer. If you're using a pressure washer, you can get too close to the shingle and remove the beneficial material protecting the shingles themselves. Now, professionals do use pressure washers, but they keep at a safe distance and they use the proper nozzles. Now, the other thing you don't want to do is use sharp objects in order to clean off the moss or the algae that you have on your roof. The sharp objects will ruin your shingles, so you need to be careful about using sharp objects. Now, the safest way to remove the moss and mold, mildew, algae, is to use a soft bristle brush. This is a car brush. It's got soft bristles on it. It's absolutely perfect. You can obtain these virtually anywhere. Now that you've cleaned your roof off using a soft bristled brush, you can use a 50-50 mixture of bleach water solution. Now, you can mix this in a bucket, but it's a little bit difficult. The best way to do it is get yourself a cheap sprayer. You can get these from Harbor Freight, Northern Tool, big box stores such as Lowe's, Home Depot, and Walmart. This is the easiest way to mix these. And like I said, it's a 50-50 mixture, which means if you use half a gallon of water, you use half a gallon of bleach. It's that simple. Now, if you want to take the easy way out, you can go out and get products that are designed to kill mold, mildew, and algae. These are stain removers, and they also kill what you're targeting, which is your moss and your mold and your mildew. However, it may void the asphalt shingle warranty. It also may, depending on what brand you get, stain the shingles. So you have to be careful on what you're using. The best thing to do is do a little test spot that's inconspicuous and out of the area. The thing to keep in mind with these products that you can purchase is they may also hurt other vegetation as it runs off your house. So you need to keep that in mind. So the simple water bleach solution 50-50 mixture is the safest route by far. So now that you have your moss removed, how do you keep it from coming back? Well, this is where the arguments are going to start, and I'm looking forward to the comment sections. A lot of people like to go with zinc because it's cheaper. However, it doesn't last as long. If you go with copper strips, it lasts longer. However, it is extremely expensive, but worth it in the long run. This will prevent it from coming back if you use the copper strips. Now, when I say expensive, to give you an idea, a 1,000 square foot home costs anywhere between $300 to $400 for these copper strips, and they're 6 inches wide. These are obtained from a roofing supply company. Now, you can take the cheaper route if you want and go to Lowe's or Home Depot, but that is extremely thin. It's almost like double the layer of tin foil. The stuff that you would be getting at a roofing supply house, even though it's more expensive, is the thickness of a matchbook. Once the copper flashing is installed, you won't have to worry about any returning or reoccurring problems with moss again. Again, you can see where I went double here just to be on the safe side. If you look at the earlier pictures, you'll see where it had a hidden area on the underside. So I'm going with double protection here just to be on the safe side. And it comes out looking good when you get done. Most of the time you can't see it when you're standing on the ground level. And it's aesthetically pleasing, and this color will change over time and it will blend in with the roof. Hopefully this video was informative and you learned something. I know there's going to be a few people making corrections, such as me calling the ridge vent steel when it is not. I welcome any comments or any suggestions, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching.